Well, I swear to God, I have 20 to 30 plus pounds of these parasites in me. There's a big one that's going up and down my spine, and it hurts a lot, and they ain't going nowhere. Fendibendazole, pyrantel pamoate, and ivermectin, all these things kill these parasites, but the FBI won't let me have them anymore. It's I can't it's getting hard to move or walk, and I'm in a great deal of pain. They're toying with me. I know they could kill me in this hotel room if they wanted to, but for some reason they sort of turned down the poison or something. I don't know why. I mean, the point is to kill me, isn't it? So, but they're messing with me. I don't know why, but I guess the torture continues. I think that's what it is. They want to draw it out for a very, very long time. And that's why they're doing it like this, I guess. There's no time limit, like Richard told me. There's no time limit. So, and the thing is, it is so disgusting. The looks on some of you people's faces. I mean, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know you're murdering an innocent woman. You're just taking the FBI's word for it. But I know there's people that know that I'm innocent of whatever the hell it is that I'm supposedly guilty of. And I said it once, and I say it again. Even if I knew what I was supposed to plead guilty to, which I don't know, even if I did know and it meant that I could live in prison for a number of years or for the rest of my life, draw out my life longer, I would not do it. But the thing is, I don't know what I'm supposedly, who I supposedly did what to, and I don't know what I'm being accused. I just know that Jerry Martin Smith is behind it, and he called me from jail and said, "You killed so and so, you killed so and so, and you tried to kill me," which is so BS. It's not even funny. My husband Brett was a big mofo, okay, and he was very strong. There'd be no, I mean, I don't know what you guys think of that. I'm like some kind of Incredible Hulk or something. I don't know. And I wouldn't have ever killed my husband. I wouldn't have never killed Todd. I wouldn't have killed anybody. The only, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. The only person I ever wanted to kill in this life was the guy that molested my daughter, Dwayne Allen Siders. This is the only one I really considered murdering, and I did consider it, but I didn't do it. But and I don't know why this is happening. Really, everybody knows why I'm being murdered except for me. That's my reality. I am being murdered for things that I really don't know about. I really don't know what they are. How am I supposedly going around murdering people? Like, but I know you guys murder with these parasites because you can't detect it if you don't know what you're looking for. That's why. It's so easy for you to kill people with parasites. You do it every day. I know you killed Dan Hazelton, my ex. You were murdering him and me because of the things that he said when you guys were listening in the ceiling. Things that he said that he did. And when I asked him about it, I said, did you know what you did was wrong? And he laughed about it. I don't want to go into it, but I was like stuck with the guy. I tried to get rid of him once, and he crawled in through the window. But I mean, there's a history. I have a history of holding on to the wrong man, and that's what I've done. Except for Todd. Todd was the right man. He was a good man. He's the best man I ever met in my life. But I have a history of like when I met him, I was like so depressed. I wanted to die, and I just clung on to him. I clung on to him, and I didn't really know he had the mentality of a fifth grader until I sobered up, and then it was too late, and I couldn't get rid of him, and he was so irritating. But I mean, with that being said, he was the only one that had my back. Um, he might have been messed up in a lot of ways, but if I had problems with this or that, he was right there, and he didn't complain about it. He didn't ask questions. He just helped me. He helped me a lot with things, and if people were screwing with me, or he was there. He was an ear. He listened to me, and I'll always, because I think he's dead now, because he had that huge distended beer belly that wasn't. He was a tiny, small framed man when I first met him, and then I know that when you guys started poisoning us at the Jack in the Box, real big time, especially after I had the baby, and yeah, I know, because hindsight, and then when we go to get the fountain drinks, and it would come out all white and stuff, and then when you take a drink, it would like bite you back, it was like zap, like electricity. It feels like electricity going into your tongue, like woo, ow, and the looks on the people's faces when, oh, we're just changing it over, and they're like smiling, they're all sadistic, and yeah, you poisoned the hell out of us for a long time. You might have poisoned my kids, because I would go there and get food. I didn't know I was being poisoned. So I'd get food for me and them. And sometimes I'd give the kids my food. And they were getting poisoned too. And anyways. This is it. I can't go on anymore. And I don't know. It's like you guys like if I go to the hospital again, you probably will like get me like closer to death and then let me go and be like, oh, now try to go out there. I just want it to be over with. I would let you guys hook me up to give me a death by injection. I'd let you overdose me with hybrid scabies. I'd let you give me the death penalty needle that stops your heart and stuff like that. I basically, just because I don't want to be here anymore. I mean, everybody hates me. Everywhere I go, everybody hates me. And they hate me so bad. I'll never understand why I am hated so bad. If you actually knew me, I am a really good person. But you don't know me. You just think you do. No one in my family knows me. And I don't know them either. Except I know my mother, my father. I know my cousin Jerry and my Aunt Lori. I know their heart. I know how evil they are. Because I've seen it. I've been there. How did they get that way? Well, they were formed into that way. Nature, nurture. My grandmother was always mean to me and rude to me. She'd say, "Is your nose actually getting bigger? Are your feet actually getting bigger? There's a weight limit on my couch. You can't sit on my couch." She was just so mean and cruel. She'd yell at me all the time, and she was very, very sadistic. She doted on Randy and Jerry, and then I would just get dumped on. Like, she had weird ideas. Like, she believed lies told to her by Satan. Well, I'll give you an example of one of those lies. When my dad was molesting me and tried to rape me over at his apartment above the Horseshoe Tavern, she said that it was my fault. I had no business being there. First of all, that don't make no sense. And she also said that when guys get turned on, that they can't control themselves. It's the woman's fault. And those are all lies told by Satan. All lies. If a woman or a man gets turned on, they can choose not to be able to control themselves. Nobody doesn't have control over them. They choose not to have control. She also said that it was a good thing my husband killed himself when he did. She said that stuff right in front of my daughter, Michelle. She was so very cruel, but, whatever happened, something happened to her that made her the way she is, to spread this evil onto her children. What if something happened to her, whatever. But, the thing is, I forgive her. I have to. I mean, it's not something that I want to do. My Father wants me to forgive, because how can I expect him to forgive me if I can't forgive other people that have tramped all over me? And so, she's forgiven. Everybody's forgiven. I don't even hate that little pipsqueak, Jerry Martin Smith, for what he did. I feel sorry for him. I feel pity because I know where he's at. And it's not a good place. It's not a good place at all. And I feel sorry for him. And if he only would have not been who he was, I mean, if he would have, he thought he could hide from God, but God knew what he was doing. That's why he sent that deer right into the tent, right where he was laying, and I pulled him away. Oh my God. Anyways, I believed lies told to me by Satan before too, but I don't believe his lies no more. For one thing, I didn't even go over to my dad's house. I was at a kegger party with my mother and my father. My mom went home with some dude, and I was sitting there talking to these other guys. My dad just picked me up over his shoulders, and he took me by force to his apartment. And I know that the FBI was there. They've been watching everything. They have his cameras there, and you guys know damn well what he did. And he chased me from room to room and would not leave me alone, relentlessly, trying to feel me up and undo my pants and feel my tits and everything like that. And I hope you, I have some things that I wish I could say, but I can't say them on YouTube. But you make me sick, Dad. You're not my father. My father would never do that shit to me. My father would never do that shit to me. You sick pile of dog crap.